Being chased by highwaymen was certainly cause for concern, as was the idea she was in imminent danger of losing her seat because riding side saddle, and while dressed in the most fashionable of riding habits, was not exactly conducive to escaping from a most dire situation. Leaning over the neck of her horse Fiona, an unpredictable mare at the best of times, and this certainly wasn't the best of times, Miss Camilla Pierpont cemented her grip on the saddle pommel, wondering how she was going to escape her pursuers with her life intact, and how she'd even landed in such a predicament in the first place. She was not a lady prone to unfortunate predicaments, having acquired the reputation of being one of the most consummate ladies to ever grace the 400, some 8 years before when she'd made her debut. Consummate ladies did not find themselves fearing for their lives often, if ever, but that certainly seemed to be what she was facing now. Why the men had singled her out was bewildering, to say the least, because, being not quite 9 in the morning, it wasn't as if she were sporting any Pierpont jewels. She also didn't have a single coin on her because she didn't have a reason to carry funds during her morning jaunts. The objective of her early gallops was to gather her thoughts for the day before she was obligated to attend the many society functions that were expected of a lady who held such a renowned societal position. Gathering any thoughts at all at this particular moment was next to impossible, and the few thoughts that were whizzing through her mind were random at best, such as why she'd had the brilliant idea to secure a single-shot derringer she'd recently learned to operate to her leg by means of a garter, something that had seemed quite risque when she'd slipped on the derringer that morning, but now seemed downright ridiculous. It wasn't as if she could access the derringer, what with the many layers of undergarments she was wearing, as well as the heavy fabric that made up her oh-so-fashionable but rather cumbersome riding habit.